Hello everyone, this is Orlando from A Collector's Dream. And today I want to do a video on my earliest collecting memories, and that was really collecting my Mickey Mantle cards. When I first started collecting, my favorite player was Mickey Mantle. I remember that I was still a young kid, and I did watch him play on TV when I was young, and he just was a hero, you know, and he was really my favorite player. So I really followed him. And then when I really got into collecting, my goal was to get the Mantle run. And you know, going back to my first videos, I showed my Mantle run, all my Mantle collection at the time. And I really haven't, I've shown some of them here and there, but I really haven't shown some of the top Mantles that I have, other than the 52, and that one, you know, I've shown too much. But I wanted to share some of my other Mantle cards, because really this is what got me started. The player collecting started with my Mantle. And so I'm going to show you some of my top Mantles, starting with with this 57 Mantle. It's a little off-centered. You know, back in the day, basically all of these, or most of these, I bought them raw and graded them myself. And you know, in those days, sometimes you didn't look for the best centering. You looked for cards that were nice and sharp and looked like they came out of the packs. And this one was a very nice example of that. So I'm going to show you the cards that really are from the top 12 Mantle cards that I have. So, and you'll see a lot of these they're all going to be, almost every one of them is old slab, very old slab in many cases, but they're still a nice card. So that's the 57 Mantle. That's and this I'm ranking them from the up to the most expensive. So you know, the last one's going to be the 52 Mantle. So hang on, I'll show it to you one more time at the end. And then next we got the 61 Mantle, and that one is in a 7. Like I said, these are kind of my top Mantles as far as value, is what I looked at now. Now, you know, this is a 7. It is off-centered, but it's just a beautiful example. And like I said, in those days it was a little different. You know, you didn't see too many centered cards, and you didn't go to that many shows that had that many things. And this was before the internet. So a lot of these I picked up at local shows that I was doing, either from the collector that I would buy it from, or from a dealer. And they were all raw at the time, you know, bought them all raw. But it's a beautiful example in a near mint 7 of the Mick, 1961 Mickey Mantle. So the next one I'm going to show you is the 1955 Bowman. And this one is in a 6. And that is a really tough card. Not one of my favorite sets, not one of my favorite cards, but it is a nice Mantle card, and it's nicely centered. This one is a little bit side to side, but top to bottom it's centered perfectly. And it's a tough card to find because of the brown wood type borders, just like the 62s. And you're going to see the more expensive Mantles in high grades are going to be, you know, this one, the 62s, the ones with the tough borders. So that's the 1955 Bowman. And next, again, one of my favorite years is the 65, and the 65 Mantle with that banner with the pink or reddish bottom there. And this one again is in a near mint 7. And then again, they're old slabs, but I haven't shared this. Last time I've shown some of these Mantle cards was when I did that Mantle video over a year ago at this point. And I figured I'm coming up now to 1,600, I mean 1,800, it's just incredible, 1,800 subscribers and hundreds of friends, which is even more important than subscribers. And Some of you guys that have subscribed within the last 6 months or so, or even a year, some of you guys haven't seen some of these cards. So I figured let me just pull some of these out again. Give you a nice little tour of my Mantle run that got me really started into collecting and got me on the PSA registry. And this is on the registry. So I do have a lot of PSA cards. They're on the registry. I have three sets on the registry. One is my Mantle run, and the other two are the Goodwin Champion set and the 49 leaf. So this is the Mantle from the Red Heart, and these are beautiful portrait. And the back shows you the Red Heart Big Leak dog food, and it talks about Mantle. So that's a nice looking Mantle card that I really like. This one is really not part of the registry, because the registry basically is just a basic Mantle run. Now this is more of an oddball type card, but in this video what I'm doing is I'm doing from my top 12 highest valued cards, not even my favorite, the ones that are more expensive basically. My top 12 most expensive Mantles. And here's another one here, and that's my 1960. And that's a beautiful card, and that is beautifully centered, and that's from the 60 tops. It's in a near mint 7. And you can see that's a really nice card of the Mick there. And I like these 60s also. This one probably would have got a little higher grade. It has a little bit of some print marks there, but other than that, it doesn't have any of the fisheye that you get in this red part, and it's just beautifully centered there. That's a nicely centered one. And that is Mantle from 1960. And I'll show you the back, and that's the back of it. So again, another nice Mantle. We'll put that one over here. This guy, try to keep them all on the screen. But we got some big guys coming up soon here. So that's the bottom 6. Let's get to the top 6. So here we go. We got 62 Mantle. I talked earlier about the chipping problem with the 62s, and as you know, I have the 62 set, and it's a beautiful set. This is from that set, and a few others graded in a 7 from that set. And I have a lot of others that are graded. Most of my 62s have been graded by now, my top cards. And this is just a beautiful example. Very minimal chipping. It barely has anything in the corners. It's just a beautiful example, and it's nicely centered. This is definitely, even though it's an old slab, that definitely will cross over to an easy 7 or even better at this point, because they are tougher on these 62s now. And this one is a beautiful example with really no chipping, a tiny little thing in the corner. But for these, it's just almost impossible to get them that way. And I'll show you the back. The back is also beautiful. Nice, clean, sharp back. So that is the back of the 1962 Mantle, one of my favorite sets and one of my favorite Mantles. Move these guys up a little bit here, keep them in the picture, because we got the big boys coming up now. So here we go. So the next one is the 1953 Bowman Color, and that's one of my favorite Mantles. Just the 53 Bowman set in itself is gorgeous, and then the Mantle, it's just a beautiful shot of him just finishing, taking a swing there. It's an actual picture of Mickey with the background of Yankee Stadium. I mean, what a better picture do you want than that? And what a beautiful card. This one is a 7. It is stained in the back. I'll show you the stain, but it's the gum stain that most of these cards are going to have. But it's a beautiful example, corners are nice, really, really beautiful, nicely centered. So it looks like it's a little bit side to side, but actually it's an oversized card. And if you look carefully, you see that it does have that rough cut, and it has that little line is where the cut should have been from the factory. So it has that rough cut. That's why. But you know, they don't take off of that from that. I mean, PSA still gave it a 7, and I like it. The reason is the gum stains. See, it's got the gum stain on the back. So the staining in the back is what gives it the ST, the qualifier. But you know, that's how it came out of the pack. This was the card that was in the back of the pack. But the front is gorgeous, and it's a 7. So I valued it as a 5 because it brings it down because of the qualifier. So put the value of that as a 5. So that's why it falls here. It may have fallen a little bit higher if it would have been a straight 7. So moving on to the next one, and that's going to be the 52 Bowman. And you can see a lot of these are, you know, some of these you're going to notice are going to be very similar because I sent them in at around the same time. See, these have similar. I sent these all at the same time. I got a few that you'll find like that in a little bit. But anyway, let's move on to the next one. And it's a beautiful 1952 Bowman in a 5. Now this one is off-center, top to bottom. But it's just a beautiful card with nice sharp corners for the most part. Little soft corner there, but it's a beautiful example. The picture is just beautiful, and it's a 5. So it's another one of those nice cards. This was one of the newer slab ones. I have a couple of newer slabs, the rest are all old slabs. So you see that in the back on that. So it has a little tough corner there, but it's just the front is what I like to see, and that's just a beautiful picture of 1952 Mantle. Looks like he's sitting in the dugout back there with the railing, and looks like there's a uniform or something hanging back there. It's like a number back there. So it's a nice picture with the old style autograph that he used to sign, the Mickey used to sign there. So another nice like the 52. So now we're down to the top 3 cards, guys. And these are my top 3 Mantle cards that are coming up right now. And this one I'm going to show you next is actually my favorite Mantle card of them all. And that's the 53 Topps. I love the portrait. I love the picture. And this one's a beautiful card. It's just you know how you get the chipping on the corner. This one hardly has any. And it's perfectly centered side to side. And it's a little bit top to bottom, but what I like about the top to bottom centering on this is that it gives you more of the red because it gives you more of the bottom. So it's a bigger box on the bottom with the Mick. And it's just a beautiful card. These I bought raw. This one I bought raw. I remember when I bought it, where I bought it. And this was probably, over 30 years ago I bought this beautiful card. It's just my favorite Mickey Mantle card, and it's in great shape. It's just the top to bottom centering is, I think, what takes it, because those corners are super sharp. There's one soft corner here, but those are pretty. That's about as good as you're gonna get for a 53. And then the back is really nice. I just love the style of these cards. So I wanted to share that one too. Now we're down to the top 2 cards. My top 2 Mantle cards in my collection. And you got the 51 Bowman, the rookie card, the true rookie card. And this one, I remember clearly, I've never upgraded this card. It does have some staining here, but it's not in his face, and it is nicely centered. To get a centered card of Mantle, 51 Bowman is almost impossible. But that's got a nice picture. It's a nice card. I got this in a deal probably 30 something years ago. And it just had a lot of stuff he had. and I bought, this was part of the deal. That's number 253. That's a high number for the 51 series. So this one was part of the deal, and ended up selling everything else that came with it. And this basically it was free at the time. It was part of the deal. So I've never upgraded it. It was my first big Mantle card at that time, and it was just one of those. It just came to me as a deal. A guy came with an entire collection, and a lot of them were water stained like this, but this one was in the deal, and ended up picking it up. So I got my Mantle rookie there. And the last one that I was missing, of course, was the 52 Mantle, which I never really thought that I would be able to get. But over the years, you know, it was my goal to try to do it. And I did finally end up getting my 52 Mantle a few years back after really selling off my collection and getting this baby. This is the card that really is the best one in my collection, and it is the one that kind of got me on the map, because when Vince, New York Yanks fan, saw this card is when he gave me the shout out. So I guess this is the card that made me famous, but didn't get it for that. I got it because I needed to finish the run, and it was a lifetime project that took 50 years to finish. 50 years it took me, so I could get all of these Mantle cards that you see here. So, you know, guys, a lot of people think that, you know, they see this and they're like, wow, you know, you're rich, you got all this money. No, not really. A lot of these were a lot of, you know, blood, sweat, and tears, like they say. You know, I had to sell a lot of cards to get these cards. I had to do a lot of deals to get these cards. I had to, you know, and put money and spend money and make money, and, you know, it was a long labor of love that's been going on for over 50 years. And this was my number one objective, was to have the complete Mantle run, and then I accomplished that. And then, you know, I went on to do other things after that, but this is my baby. This is what I will never sell. These are my favorite player and my favorite card, my favorite cards. So I'll give you another look at this Mantle. And as you know, it's not altered. It's a minimum size Mantle. So, and the reason I don't change it to SGC, because SGC was going to switch it over and put authentic minimum size, not met, or however they put it, but I keep it as a PSA because it's part of my registry, as all of my Mantles are in PSA. So, guys, I just wanted to thank you guys for. This is gonna be. I'm getting right up to 1,800 subscribers, and one of my first videos was sharing this Mantle and the Mantle collection that I have. And even though that video initially only got not even 100 views, it went on to, I guess, propel me and my channel to the 1,800 subscribers. So I just want to thank everyone that has viewed my videos, that have commented on my videos, that more importantly, that have reached out to me and become friends, because that to me is the most important thing about YouTube, and that's what really why I continue to do this. It's the friendships that I've acquired, and you know, it's just awesome. So this is what got me, I guess, famous. Not me, but my channel. And it's just a one-of-a-kind card of Mantle. And if you want to find out more about it, I did a whole video just on this card, explaining where it came from and the whole history of it. And here's the back of it. They put it in a little baggie, which I'm not too happy about. But as you can see, this card just came right out of the pack. He's got the baggie there, but you can see that the card is just a beautiful mantle. One of the best examples of a 52 mantle you'll ever see. And I looked for years and years and years, and I almost bought one that looked really nice, and luckily I lost out on it, and I'm glad I did. I'm glad I did, because a few years later I picked this up, and this is a beauty. So anyway, guys, just wanted to thank you so much for watching my videos, for commenting on my videos, for reaching out to me, and just becoming friends. And that's really what it's all about. And I hope that another year goes by, and we get more people in this community, and the community becomes bigger and stronger than ever. And that's what I'm hoping for, and that's what I'm hoping I can help in any small way to bring new collectors into this hobby. And hopefully the message gets across that, guys, take your time, pick out the right cards, and it's patience, and you'll develop a collection not just like mine, but even better than mine. So thanks, guys, for watching. I truly, truly appreciate all your support. Have an awesome, awesome day. This is Orlando from A Collector's Dream, and I'll catch you on the next one.